Um, I didn't. Yeah, I get that. I've never been to any other laser tag place. So now that I think
Right.
about it, it actually is like a pretty big, like elaborate setup, and I could imagine there's a lot of like really shitty ones out there, or there's like
Yeah.
smaller ones. And
That building is like an old armory building from the
right,
fucking like 50s or whatever. So I feel like it's kind of an ideal thing for that. But it was fun, man. I forgot how fun it is.
dang, I kind of wish I went. Kind of, I was so tired, and I
Yeah, no, I mean like I kind of didn't want to because like I don't know about you, man, but my feet and ankles
yeah,
and calves and shins were pretty tight.
yeah, my toes were hurting me for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I need some better hiking boots.
I didn't text anyone about us streaming
Oh,
tonight, so we'll just see if
oh, that's
anyone.
okay.
I'm curious if like
Anyone pops in.
anyone pops in just naturally via the schedule. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
Um, like David might, but I don't know. Usually I've been like reminding him with a text, and um,
Yeah,
so I'm just
it'll be
curious.
an interesting experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, let's see.
Where are we at with well, where are we at with what's the one thing that we're gonna do this week, or are you working on that?
I kind of got a little bit started a second ago. Um, Here I'm just doing the our stream title,
Yeah.
which I think it's just Andy's back, second best friends podcast. I think that's all we need for now. Okay, I'm just gonna do a sound test real quick. All right, I sound fine. How do you sound?
I always sound good. No.
It's true, you do. Um, okay, sounds great. Sounds better than ever. Um,
Awesome.
Yeah, so what do we improve today? I think, you were saying last time we should get chat on the screen, right? And
Right.
I agree. Cuz like I did the Japan one last week, and if I make a YouTube out of it, it's like no one will see the chat cuz we didn't do that. And
Right.
and I totally failed at the thing I tried to do.
Ah,
But that's all
damn.
right. Um I'll figure that out at some point. So the way to do that, I looked up, is you got to get like a third party program involved.
Yeah.
There's Streamlabs and Stream Elements, and I'm choosing Stream Elements because it's supposed to work well with OBS, which is the streaming the program I use to like stream basically.
Yeah.
And
Sounds
so
convenient.
yeah, I hope it's not too complex. I feel like it's crazy. I knew it was complex. I knew it was going to be complex, but it's so much more complex than I thought. Just like doing some of the basic
Damn. Like
stuff just feels, I'm just like, whoa, it's like,
it's always more than it should be, it feels like.
or like maybe complex is the wrong word. It's just sort of, I mean, there is a lot of complexity, but there's also a lot of sort of like it feels really dispersed over, like, it's like we've got OBS, we've got Twitch, now I'm getting Stream Elements
Mm-hmm.
involved, and like when we were setting up the alerts and stuff, and how it's like you have to have it that like goes to another URL on Twitch, and like just the way it communicates back and forth. I didn't realize like how, I thought that would be a lot more just sort of like streamlined all in one, but
Right. Right.
I guess, computer stuff's like hard to make, so um So Stream Elements is asking if I want to set up a PayPal account so people can tip.
Yeah.
Which,
I don't know.
okay, I guess it's better if people donate on Twitch. Twitch takes 50% cut
Oh. Yeah.
of subscriptions and a portion of bits, but Stream Elements doesn't take any.
Ooh.
So that's cool. You only pay standard credit card processing fees. It's straightforward to set up direct deposit. It's weird. I've never like heard of this before. People tipping on Stream Elements. Like, is it different than? Let's see. How do people actually tip on Stream Elements? Oh, so they have to like go. I have to like give them a link.
Yeah.
And they have to go like donate or support. They choose how much they want to give, write a message. Oh, okay. This is how people do TTS, I think, which is text to speech.
Mm.
So you know what that is?
Huh.
It's like people. It's not every streamer does it, but they set it up where you send them a donation and then you type something and it'll be read out loud by like a computer voice on the stream.
Ah.
Which can get crazy obnoxious, but some streamers just have it really quiet,
sure.
Which I feel like is kind of a solid move. I don't know. One of my favorite streamers, it's like constant text to speech, and it really bothers me.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes people are really funny, but most of the time they're really weird and not.
Like, why did you say that?
There's a lot of that.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm talking about Doug, and it's like it's become like the.
Is it a joke?
It's a joke.
Now?
It's part of the ecosystem of his stream. You know, of like his channel is that like the chat is just supremely deranged. You know, and there's tons.
Do you think he regrets that decision?
Well, I don't know, because I think it's kind of like essential to his success in a way, you know. Like I think so much of his streaming and of his like content, I guess, is based around that sort of like back and forth banter with chat and stuff. But yeah, I think sometimes it definitely gets to him and pisses him off and stuff. And like, you know, you can tell. I mean, and he can just turn it off, which he does sometimes, or he also just, you know, he can just stream whenever he wants at this point. He gets like he regularly gets like over or like close like over 8,000 chatter or viewers in like one stream. And his YouTube videos get like millions of views and stuff. He's super successful.
Right.
But it's been a lot of it's been that. And I mean, sometimes that is just really funny. I mean, that's a big part of the appeal, you know. That's like what the show is really about is kind of he comes up with some really creative and wacky ideas, and then Twitch chat just sort of harasses him the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's the name of the game. But not all streamers are like that. Like that's just kind of his gimmick, you know. I guess now that I'm thinking about it, though, out of the streamers I watch, the ones that are like getting constantly harassed by their Twitch chat are the more successful, which is interesting, because all you have to do is just ban people, you know, and then just establish you know, and you get your moderators and stuff, and you establish like a precedent of like we don't you know, we don't tolerate like shit getting too like gross or weird or like just too much harassment, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But those streamers, at least the ones I'm thinking of right now, they're smaller. They're smaller like streamers, and I wonder how much that plays a role of just like, because they're more sensitive, you know. They're more like they curate their audience a lot more than these other people who just like feed the beast, feed the trolls, you know, and then they get more successful. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That'll have to be something we encounter at some point or another.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we kind of already have, like, with Jeff. Jeff's a really good kind of like Twitch chat troll. Like, I realize like he's like a friend of mine from before, and even in real life, I'm like, now having him in the chat, I'm like, this is so much. This just feels right, you know. This is where he should have been the whole time. In our friendship, you know, like he's like good at it. It's like fun, you know, but it's kind of annoying sometimes, and so it's good practice.
Yeah. It's kind of a good bit. It's kind of a good bit.
It's a good bit, and as long as I think we can both keep that in mind, I think we can tolerate a lot of it.
Yeah.
But if it ever gets to you, let me know and stuff. We can be more like, we can keep an eye on that, you know.
I enjoy the chatting for the most part.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been surprised if you said anything's happened so far. I'm kind of talking hypothetically in the future, when we have more people that we don't know, you know, coming in, and
mm-hmm.
Right now it's like all people that I know, I think.
Yeah.
Except for, I don't know, last week I remember someone came in and said like 2 or 3 things, and I had no idea who they were. And I kind of got the sense they were like an outsider. So, you know, it happens. It's bound to happen at some point, especially if I ever get moving with the YouTube stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'd like to alert you that I'm trying to press on your channel on Twitch. It said failed to load module, but maybe that's probably, I'll check my.
That might just be on your end. Twitch kind of
Yeah.
sucks sometimes, though.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see. That's working for me, so.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's a good thing to keep an eye on. Just the old black screen. I'm working on a drawing for the background.
Ooh. What's it gonna be?
Well, you're gonna love it. I hope. It's a pixel art of you and me on a flying airship in the clouds, like looking all excited.
Hell yeah.
And
Nice.
and I guess I'm done with the picture, but I'm animating it now. So the clouds like drift by, and I think maybe I'll have the ship kind of like rock up and down a little bit.
Nice, dude. Dude, that's fucking awesome, man. And really sweet, you know?
It's kind of cheesy.
Are we exploring in the sky together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's what our stream's about.
Right.
I can show you the picture.
Yeah. Let me take a look.
Since I've already told you about it, now I might as well.
Yeah.
I need to.
Why do you suck, Twitch? I want to click on the channel.
Yeah, we need more than one viewer, even if it's just us.
Did you say that Fridays are a good or a bad night to Twitch?
Like for me, or for the channel, or for like the website?
Both.
For me, it's okay.
But not the best.
It's like, I wouldn't want it to be a regular thing, you know. I think I like to do different, just kind of do like
Yeah.
casual socializations and stuff, and go out on
Yeah.
dates and stuff on Fridays.
Well, look at you.
But
A socialite.
kind of. I mean, I definitely not all the time. So like, I'm open to it. You know, I have
Right.
plenty of Friday nights where it's just like me and the Nintendo. You know, and that I love
Yeah.
that. I love those nights after a long week. You know.
Right.
So I'm like open to doing it sometimes, just kind of randomly.
Yeah.
And then as for Twitch, it's not. I think it'd be fine. You know, I think we'd get people and stuff. I've noticed. I don't usually go on Twitch on Friday nights, but I've noticed that it's a lot of like sort of the e-girls have that have kind of maybe more of like a sort of like sexual or pseudo romantic appeal to them. Like there's a lot of ASMR content on Friday nights.
That's the vibe.
That's the vibe, you know. I haven't really got into that kind of thing, but I guess it's, you know, lonely guys on Friday night, and they want to hang out with their favorite Twitch streamer, you know.
Right.
And so that's kind of what we're competing with, which could be good, you know, because a lot of the people that do content more like our stream are doing it on weekdays, like in the afternoon and stuff.
Right.
That's kind of the prime time, because that's like a lot of people like to listen to Twitch while they're working, and so, and that, at least that's it, I don't know if that's a prime time, but that's the time I listen to Twitch the most, is while I'm working in the afternoon.
Right.
So all my favorite streamers are at that time, probably because
That time.
that's how I discovered them and stuff.
Right.
And then the night streamers, in general, it is more like the e-girls come out at night more, but I've noticed it especially on like Friday and Saturday. And but yeah, I mean, there's plenty of, everyone's streaming at all times. There's like, I'm kind of, my summaries are based on kind of a pretty small like sample size, right? Like, and I also don't even watch like I don't watch the biggest streamers, you know. I think
Right.
the biggest streamers I watch are kind of, they might even be B or C tier kind of like level of fame, you know, when you count just like the raw numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of older, more like millennial streamers, right? Which is what we are and what our audience probably will be, which is just a smaller audience than Gen Z. Which, most of Gen Z stuff, it's like, I have no idea. All right, I'm gonna get
those Gen Zers.
They seem pretty cool though. I kind of wish I was Gen Z instead. I feel like our generation was just way too hard on people who like video games, you know?
Were they?
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely. Like, it's not, I still, if I'm talking to like a fellow millennial, like someone my own age, and bring up video games, you know, I still get like sneers or like weird kind of vibes from them and stuff. Like, there's super negative connotation for our generation, and even worse for like generations before us. You know, like, but with Gen Z, it's like, it's normal, you know, it's really normalized and stuff. So you can, it's like, I don't know. That just sounds really nice to me as someone who kind of like grew up with them being sort of stigmatized, and with just how much goodness it brings to my life, you know. There's always that tension.
Right.
I'm gonna figure out how to export this picture. I guess this is just a preview. I'll just do a screenshot.
People learn like skills from video games, like problem solving skills, for instance.
Yeah, I think so. You know, I think different video games kind of have different like intellectual value
Their
for
value.
sure. But even if they didn't, I just it's to me it's always the frustrating thing with like a millennial who's like, oh, I don't play video games. You know, it's like they
Right.
still escape, right? They read books or they watch TV shows. Or they could do things that I'd say are like way worse than video games, like they doom scroll all day or whatever, you know,
Right.
on Facebook or something, and like,
I watched a documentary about people who fucking free climb giant cliffs. Like basically a death that basically, and they talk about the death consequence, like the fact that they might die if they make one mistake.
what losers, dude.
It's,
But that's such a lame thing to do. I'm so glad
well,
I
I mean,
just like stay at home and play video games instead of that.
no, it's incredibly badass, but I also think it's also like it's like there's something in them where like they're not satisfied unless like this guy talks about it. He's like, I'm the best feeling in my life is when I feel like I might die, you know?
Yeah,
Because like he gets this huge adrenaline rush, and uh, I'm just like, not me, man, not me. I don't even think I do it with a rope.
no, I mean, yeah, that is a particular thing I'm gonna avoid. I used to do some crazy stuff. I used to drive like crazy. Like I liked going fast in
Oh
the
yeah,
car, and
right.
so I do kind of relate. You know, I'm not
Hmm.
as I was never that like I don't know. I wasn't that badass, but because the car is kind of like
Right.
the car
The
is
car
not
does.
as scary, right? You can like
No.
you can get really dangerous in the car and just still kind of like have the illusion of safety. I feel like,
Right.
but
Because you still have a degree of control.
yeah, you're just like sitting and you're strapped in, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
There's the
there's a degree
illusion
of
of control.
control, the illusion of
Yeah.
control, and but I don't know. One time I climbed up like a frozen waterfall with my friend. That was probably one of the stupidest things I've done.
Whoa.
And
Where was that at?
it was weird. It wasn't even thrilling. It was just beautiful. I was just like, wow.
Oh,
And then I remember looking down and being like, whoa, yeah, this is death if I slip and fall right now. Like, it was just sort of up somewhere on Mount Baker. We just sort of like wandered off the
oh.
trail and found this like frozen waterfall and decided to like climb up all over it. And
I mean, like, I'm glad you're alive, and also that sounds super cool.
yeah, I remember just being more kind of like dumbfounded at. I was just like, how am I doing this? Normally, I'm so afraid of heights. Like, I can't
Right.
handle it at all. Like, even if there's like a railing and stuff, I'm just like, oh. And it's gotten like worse as I gotten older too, which is weird. Um,
You're getting more skittish of heights.
specifically heights, yeah, I'm like way more uncomfortable with them. Because they used to be pretty
Yeah.
cool. You know, like the tower and the arboretum.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I used to go up there all the time
Right.
and just hang out, you know, for a long time. And now I go up and I can only like walk up to the edge for like. I mean, I could push it, but it just feels horrible. I just can't handle it.
Right.
It's like
Yeah.
it's like I get kind of sick. I'm just like, oh, I don't know how to describe it.
Oh, you know where I went a couple of years back, and I hadn't been there forever, was the Space Needle.
Oh, I want to do
And
that. I don't know if I've ever
dude,
done that.
but the at the top floor, right, like where the restaurant's at,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like a glass floor.
Oh, whoa,
So
really?
you're like, so you look down, and it's just like the void. And It's like, and I'm like, what if the glass breaks? I'm like, and it freaked me the fuck out. I was like, I need to get off of this right now.
Whoa. I just did a similar thing with the Tokyo Tower. Is kind of like a
Oh yeah.
Space Needle thing. They just had one tiny section with a glass floor, and
What was it like? Did you step on it?
I did step on it, and I didn't feel that freaked out, but I was a little bit like,
Oh,
whoa. And
freaked
unfortunately
me
there were
out.
tons of people around it, like trying to step on it. It was this really tiny bit of glass, and we were all trying to get like
Oh,
photos and stuff, so I just left because of that. I was like,
right, right. That sounds kind of annoying.
it was just kind of annoying, but it would have been
Yeah.
fun to like stay there, because for me the glass felt very safe, and so it was a nice way to just be like, oh, this is something I would hate so much if it was different. But
Right.
I have the weirdest thing with heights, like ski chair lifts never bothered me,
Mhm.
and it seems like they should, because they're like frozen chairs floating in space, and sometimes they get pretty high, and like I'm just like, yeah, this is
Yeah.
cool. Ski chair lifts never bothered me. Like, I
Dude,
remember
if you think ski chair lifts are crazy, dude. Especially the ones where they don't give you, there's no railing or anything.
right, where it's
Or
just the pole in the middle that you have to like share with
yeah,
someone else and stuff, and yeah, it just like never phased me. I mean, I started skiing when I was like 4 years old, so I guess I had that going for me. But
mm,
I think sitting in high places is nice. I should try like sitting at the Arboretum Tower,
it's a good idea.
like behind the bars, not up on the railing. That's insane. God,
Will you sit? Will you sit on like the edge of a cliff or a very steep hill?
yeah, I think I could do that, and I bet it would kind of freak me out at first, but I bet it would help me get used to it if I like
Right.
practice. All right, I've got the picture up.
Oh yeah.
Do you see it?
Well, I'll have to go to Twitch, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, it's on Twitch, or I
Let's
could
see if
share it
it.
on Discord if you want to just keep because that's more like synced up.
All right, sounds good.
Do you see that?
Yeah.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh,
And so I'm working
I want
on.
to just, dude. I want to just put that. I just want to print that off and put it on my wall.
I so I was animating it this morning, and I did it wrong, so I have to try again, but I'm setting it up to
Mhm.
have parallax so that the clouds in front move faster than the clouds in the back. And
Mhm.
and then I think if the ship, I'm just gonna have to merge the layers of us and the ship, and then the ship can just kind of like rock, and then you can just put
Yeah.
that on and like play some music, and like a lot of people
Right
do.
on.
I guess what I'm really making is, it's called a stream starting soon page, where like a lot of people will turn on their stream
Mhm.
for like sometimes like half an hour, which I think is too long, but ideally more like 5 to 10 minutes, I think. And they'll just play music, and like they'll have a sort of image like this, or something different that kind of just has a bunch of like kind of symbols and inside jokes from their channel, and maybe a little animation, and it'll play music, and it'll say like stream starting soon.
Mm. Nice.
So that's kind of what inspired this idea, was like I could just like we could do that if
Just do that.
we
Yeah.
don't really need to do that, but we could do that, I guess.
Oh man, this pixel art is amazing.
Thank you.
I feel like this will be a huge draw.
This is what's gonna make us famous.
Yeah.
He'll be like, oh yeah, second
Done.
best friend podcast with the airship.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, look at all the adventures we're going on.
I know, it's like I'm trying to just stimulate the imagination, right?
Right. Right. Yeah, man. How much of your fantasy world was inspired by video games. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like Mefcat, like my book world.
Yeah.
I mean, so much.
Right.
Because, there's a lot, like, Lord of the Rings is a big deal with it, for sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
But what came before Lord of the Rings was the Ocarina of Time. And for me, like, in my
Hmm.
life,
Right.
and I guess it's sort of like, this, if I think about the story I made after watching Lord of the Rings, it's so different. But
Yeah.
if I go, I can track how it like evolved and grew into the story that it is today. Um,
Hmm.
and then, but if there's a story that I had before I watched Lord of the Rings, and it's hard to say whether that one really tracks through or not as much.
Right.
But that was like purely just like, well, not purely, but largely just like Ocarina of Time influenced. It was basically just like the same concept, of like a Robin Hood with a fairy fighting like a big
Right.
goblin man, and
Hmm.
uh, but it was way more like amorphous and vague and stuff, or like I just don't remember the details. Maybe
Hmm.
I remember thinking about it a lot. I remember pretending to be the bad guy, and I had a frisbee, and there were all these like mole
Like you
hills.
physically had a frisbee.
I physically had a frisbee, and there were all
Uh-huh.
these like mole mounds in the yard. You know how like the ground
Yeah.
squirrels like dig up the dirt piles?
Mm.
And I was imagining that those were islands in the sea, and the bad guy like was this giant who came in with this big frisbee and was just bashing them all up with the frisbee. And
Damn.
so I had a lot of fun just doing that and being the bad guy. And then the story came out of it of like, okay,
Right.
now I'm like Robin Hood, Link, Peter Pan dude with a fairy companion who's like trying to stop that guy. And that guy was basically
Dude,
Ganondorf, right? And um
dude, imagine what it'd be like to be on an island and then just a fucking frisbee just
a freaking UFO
smashes.
sized like disc just smashes into the mountain, tears it to pieces.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, but and then it slowly evolved over time.
And it slowly, and then it was that, and I mean, Zelda had such a big effect on me. I had some crazy nightmares too from Ocarina of Time.
Hmm.
Um,
About Ocarina of Time.
or yeah, sort of like, or at least it like involved like Ocarina of Time imagery. Um, I remember the like Morpha, the water temple boss. Like really, I had some crazy nightmares about that thing.
Oh yeah, I
Um,
could see that for sure.
yeah, that thing freaked me out. I think the whole vibe of the water temple was like really contributed to it. And
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so there's that, and then Lord of the Rings came out, and then it like suddenly it took this form of like, oh, I can like make a whole world, and that's when like the world building started, and
Yeah.
and then and then it was that, and then it was this whole story about like it was pretty classic fairy tale Disney movie kind of vibe. I was like, okay, there's like a princess, and like she's getting married to like the hero knight guy, and then at the wedding she gets kidnapped, and so the whole thing was like the hero knight guy had to like go track her down. And then I was also reading the Odyssey at that time too, and so that informed
Hmm.
it a lot. And I was like, I was like trying to like build up this really like complex web of like politics kind of, and then it was like, you know, I was doing kind of the classic like damsel in distress, but then my plan was to like flip it on its head, and while the princess was captured, she kind of gets like, she learns to be like self-reliant and rescues herself, and then for part 2, the two of them finally like meet up, and then they like work together to try to save the world or save the kingdom or something, and that. Yeah, and then there was like, then the Pirates of the Caribbean came out, and I got all into that for a while. You might remember that because I think I would like tell you and Danny about that one.
Dude, I remember one day you just like, you were like, dude, there's this fucking you were like, there's this movie Pirates of the Caribbean, is fucking amazing.
Oh, I told
Yeah.
you about the movie.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I saw it with
I
Mark.
remember you were like, you guys have to go see this.
Yeah, that movie.
Which it was a swashbuckling good time.
It's yeah, that movie's still so good.
Yeah. I think the sequels are garbage for the most part. Maybe I need to watch them again.
2 and 3, going back and visiting 2 and 3 are, I think, actually pretty dope. I guess I watched a YouTube analysis of them like a year or two ago, and they were sort of comparing them to like Marvel movies and a lot of more like modern blockbusters like that, you know, fantasy blockbusters. And it just gave me a new appreciation for them, like this, I don't know, the special effects, and a lot of the YouTube video focused on like the comedy of it and how it's, you know, I feel like comedically like the Marvel movies usually aren't that great, except for maybe like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. Guardians of the Galaxy has some very funny moments.
Yeah, I still will like watch those again every once in a while, the Guardians movies. All 3 of them are so good.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, Pirates of the Caribbean, one thing the whole YouTube video really focused on was how it like was kind of a rare success example in the modern age of a lot of like physical comedy, right? Like the duels and kind of the insane stuff that would happen, and those two, the sequels have a lot of that, and it's kind of like out there, but it's kind of good, you know, like them all like swinging in the net, or when like the water wheel like falls and it's rolling and they're having a sword fight like inside the water wheel, and when you look at it and you think about like how hard it was to film and stuff, it's like, oh shit, that's kind of amazing that they like pulled that off. That's pretty cool. And how like just how good it looks and how they don't have the technology that they have today, and I don't know. Yeah, I say that 2 and 3. I mean, 2 and 3 don't really hold a candle to 1, I think, is the problem. Like, 1 is just so solid.
1 is so good.
But 2 and 3, and then 2 and 3, they just go off the rails. And if you kind of like, if you let yourself just lean into that, it's kind of funny, and you're just like, yeah, this is insane. Right. And I kind of love it, I guess. And
yeah.
And then the other sequels,
I suppose if you look at it from that perspective, yeah, I could see that. But it's kind of like you have to know what you're getting going into, because I feel like the first one, you know, the plot was very tight, and it was this classic action adventure movie.
Right.
And then, and then you're right, 2 and 3 kind of were like, I don't even remember what the plot was. I remember
it's so insane. It's like, it's like the Davy Jones is like in love with the goddess of the sea, and there's this whole drama with that, but then there's like the British Empire, and like,
I mean,
everything is like intertwined, and
when you say it doesn't sound so bad,
but it's the way it's delivered to you, it's like really like I don't know. I like it. I like it. It's just, yeah, it's not.
And you mentioned the CGI. I remember thinking the CGI was like got way over the top
Yeah, I
in the
think it
sequels.
in the sequels it does. It's like, I guess I wasn't necessarily talking about just CGI, but maybe more like,
The practical effects
well, and the combination of that and stuff, and like
of that,
that,
but
like the fight scenes specifically, or just like some of the
yeah,
crazy like them swinging in the net and stuff, like the physical comedy of it,
right.
and like
That
how that
is
was
really good.
filmed. But yeah, like
Yeah,
some of it's kind of crazy, like Calypso turning into a giant and stuff. But it's,
yeah.
I don't know, it's still kind of cool, and like how she like explodes into a bunch of crabs and stuff. I don't know, I love it,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
I love it so much. I even like the other two sequels after that, which are definitely not even as good as those. And
I can't say I've ever seen those ones.
one of them's a lot better than the other. One of them just is like a fun. It's just a fun, like Johnny Depp, just Captain Jack getting up to some crazy more. It almost feels like a return to the first movie in that it's just self-contained, and it
Just
doesn't, it's not ridiculously
right.
convoluted. It's just like, oh, now Blackbeard's here and we're trying to race him to the fountain of youth and stuff. It's not as it's not as good as the first one or anything, but it feels like a nice kind of like callback to just the simpler, tight plot. Um,
He's up to his old antics.
and then the other one is not great. I think it has some kind of cool bits in it, but yeah, it's
Uh
not
huh.
great. It's like
Right.
they bring back, like, it's like Barbosa is like looking for his daughter or something, and I'm just like, oh no, like we don't need to go back
Yeah.
to all these old characters so much. Although Jeffrey Rush is Barbosa, I mean, you got to bring him back every time.
He's so good in that role.
Yeah. As much as I kind
Yeah.
of like usually don't like stories that keep bringing people back from the dead like that, it's kind of funny because I think he keeps dying and they keep bringing him back. So at a certain point, it's like it comes back around to being pretty fun, just as a
I mean,
gimmick.
yeah, yeah. It's that's exactly what it is. It's a gimmick and it's hilarious that they
Yeah,
keep doing it.
I'm not sure if he actually keeps dying or not, but I feel like he keeps coming back in these weird ways. Like
Hmm.
in one of them, he's like working for the King of England, and he's all like fancy and looking like a British politician or something. But yeah, what were we talking about? Pirates of the Caribbean?
Uh
Oh, I was just going on
oh
about
yeah. We're going through your
stories.
fantasy lineage and
Right.
the slow evolution of.
So it was the pirate era when I was like a freshman, and then it faded away, and I like wasn't doing that until I might have been a little bit in my private life and stuff, but not much, you know. I was just trying to be like a cool adult as a sophomore
Mhm.
who like didn't think about things like that. And but the but then Wizard's Quest happened.
Right.
And that really like unified all these things, especially in to answer your
Hmm.
question after like a half hour of discussion. I think that's where like the video game vibe really took off with it. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
um because Wizard's Quest was sort of a, you know, it was a
Was kind of
game,
a
it was a
video
role
game.
playing game, and so we brought in a lot of video game stuff, even though it was also like, you know, initially inspired by Lord of the Rings since it was a game. And you
Hmm.
know, I think from the moment you coined the term Rupel, I was
Right.
like, this is just as much a Zelda tribute as it is a Lord of the Rings tribute. And
Oh man. The merchant probably has so many rubles.
Yeah, I'm
Or,
realizing in the
or
story I should describe his clothing getting nicer in each book. As like a subtle
dude, it'd be
indication that
funny if
he's
he
more
slowly
successful.
started looking more like an alien, like what happens to most billionaires, like Elon Musk,
He
dude.
starts getting like facelifts and shit.
He started like looking like Jeff Bezos or something. Dude. Anyway, I don't know if he should be that affluent, you know, but he is a capitalist, right?
Yeah, I mean he's an entrepreneur for sure. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, and I guess he's a capitalist. I don't know. It feels like a weird word to use in a fantasy kingdom setting.
Entrepreneur might be a businessman,
Yeah, businessman, a merchant.
a merchant. Yeah.
He's the merchant class, right? Because that's the thing back in like the Middle Ages. The merchant class
Uh-huh.
was like a much lower status than the noble
Mhm.
class, which it's
Right.
like we don't really
Is that
have
what
that in the same way today. Um,
is that what the deal is? Is the
or
merchant of a lower class in this world?
I'm not sure. Kind of depends
Yeah.
on where you go. Because actually, my world is really like economic in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
Like when I'm making cities and stuff, I like to think about kind of like their economic uh,
Right.
significance in the world and how that shapes relationships. How like
Yeah.
Kumo having air power kind of like controls the world economy, and then
Right.
Port Stopolis would be the biggest economy if it wasn't for Kumo, so they kind of resent the Kumoans.
Mhm.
But then like Dursum, that's kind of the old kingdom, and they might be more. That might be a place where merchants are more like second class. Uh,
Right.
but Port Stopolis is like a Port Stopolis is like a capitalist kingdom. Like it's
Yeah.
ruled by pirates, and
Mhm.
but the pirates are like pretty organized and have their shit together, so it's really just sort of a big
Right.
cartel. And which I don't know. Maybe I don't want to
So
say
they
that's
treat
that's capitalism though, right? Like capitalism should be like anti-cartel, right? Um,
theoretically. I mean, how far do
theoretically,
you want to stretch the word free market?
right? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like if you've got a cartel, the market is not free,
Right.
right? The market
Well,
is intensely controlled.
they feel that they're free to
The cartel is
commit
free to remove everyone else's
violent
freedom.
acts. Yes. Right. I don't know. You
But
know,
yeah, that's Port
I
Sobolis
mean,
is a
it's
cartel.
more,
That's like
yeah,
exactly
it's
what they
more,
are.
yeah, more like cartel gang violence sort of a thing.
Yeah.
But do they provide well for the peoples of Port Stopolis, or are they greedy,
A bit of both.
or both?
A bit of both.
Yeah.
It's sort of Port Stopolis at the time of the books and then the Golden Age of Magic, which follows after the books. Um, it's like Port Stopolis is prosperous and it is a cartel, but it's relatively non-violent. Or like the violence is more on the
Mhm.
level of like geopolitical violence rather than sort of like
Right.
gang violent. You know what I mean? Just like
Sure.
in matter of
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
scale. So like if you're
Right.
so like the city itself doesn't really see much violence at all, except for just
Peaceful.
like petty crime on the streets, right,
Right.
and stuff. Because there still are
Right.
like people struggling. There is the South Quarter, or like the Pirate
Mhm.
District, is like a thing where there's a lot of like struggling people in that area,
Yeah.
and so there's kind of I think it's like there is a peace of mind for most people in Port Stopolis, and things are pretty prosperous, but there's some like kind of toxic business practices that leave certain people like disenfranchised. I think would be
Right.
the way to put it.
Yeah.
Although I don't know why, because I don't have like it's not necessarily like a demographic thing. I don't know like what
Right.
what leads to someone being like an urchin in the slums of Port Stopolis rather than like living
Rather
it up
than
in the north side.
right.
I mean, I could, but I kind of just don't really want to, like,
I don't think you need to.
um, yeah, I want it to have some explanation. I guess I just don't want to just, like, make it about race.
Right.
Because I think that would be good. I just don't. I'm not like. I don't feel like I am informed enough to make that like a meaningful part of the book. You
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, it could just be
That's
like a
super fair.
background thing, and I
There
could
are
just
like,
never really
I think
address
like
it. But
has there ever been a society where there aren't, different, I forget what word I'm looking for, but
like a stratified
yeah,
class system. Yeah, right. Yeah, I think it's
of
there's
some
always
kind.
some kind. I just don't. Yeah, I haven't really thought about who's on the bottom and who's on the top and why. I've thought about who's on the bottom and who's on the top a lot. I haven't thought about why, like why some people.
Those who, the shitty pirates, the ones who are bad at their jobs.
Yeah, it's just a meritocracy. It's like a meritocracy kind of combined with luck, maybe. Like how
Sure. Kind of like America, I
kind of.
guess.
Well, yeah, just without the like racial history and
Right. Oh yeah. So that was a loaded comparison I made right there, but yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah. There is, I don't know. I had the idea that generally the people of Port Stopolis, they're both. Oh, I guess it could be immigrants because they're like it's the city of the sea, right? So they've always got like
Mm.
new people coming trying to live and make it in Port Stopolis.
Right.
That's it. That's got to be
Mm.
it. It's just it's like
Yeah.
it's immigrant families, people who are only first, second, or third generation Port
Right.
Stopolis that are probably going to be struggling, right? Because they've like they're coming from a poorer place, trying to make it in the big city, and some of them probably do, but like in general, that's going to be the demographic.
I mean, they probably come in without. They'll take any job they can get
Exactly, and then
if
the
they're
pirates take advantage of that, right? And like
right.
and give them kind of the shittiest jobs and pay them the least and get them in the slums and stuff. Dude, we did it. We figured it out.
We did it. We figured it out. We should have a sound effect for when we figure something out.
I need a soundboard. I need to get a soundboard. Like
Soundboards can be abused very easily.
they can. I think
No,
I could.
you don't. You don't want to give me a soundboard.
I think I could use it responsibly. I think the first day
I would.
would be intense. I'd use it a lot.
You
But
ever
then I
heard the
think after that,
boing
oh
sound
yeah,
effect?
oh yeah, it's classic. I'd like to
Pretty
have
much.
some Zelda sounds on there, like when you open a chest or like bum ba-da-da-da,
That'd be awesome.
that kind of shit.
Yeah. Ba, 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 ba. We should just get video game sound effects.
Yeah, Mario grabbing a coin or getting a star,
Yeah.
going star mode.
Going star mode would be great.
The all right, now I'm trying to figure out who are the immigrants. Who are the immigrants in Port Stopolis?
Let me ask you this: so Port Stopolis is a very diverse place then?
Yeah, yeah. But it does
So
have like I've established the history of Port Stopolis fairly well, more than anywhere
okay.
else, I think. Um, so it does have like a background, kind of
Mm-hmm.
like native Port Stopolis demographic, I guess,
Right.
or race, or I don't know what you call it. which
What's the
is
native Porstopolis race?
so Port Stavros. It's a weird place because it's on this continent called Norador, which is largely uninhabited, and
Mhm.
it's like most of the continent is exists like north,
Mm-hmm.
and it's temperate. It's like temperate up to like subarctic and arctic and everything in between. If I'm missing anything,
Mm-hmm.
um, is subarctic a thing? I don't know, but it's like it's temperate, and it's basically like there's a massive just sort of plains, maybe like rolling hills that I essentially think of like Ireland, except
Yeah.
not a tiny island. It's like a whole continent of just sort of like rainy, cold plains where there's a bunch of shepherds.
Okay.
And I'm not too like focused on race, but I do imagine people like looking a certain way in certain places. So they're mostly like they look like Irish people, right? And
Yeah.
like white, kind of like fair skinned, red,
Mm-hmm.
blonde, and brown hair colors, and so they're like Irish people, and
Yeah.
those are the native inhabitants of the continent, uh, who've been there for a long, long time, and then across the sea and to the south a little bit is another part of a continent. Across the sea is like the big continent, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where like Dursum is and stuff, and a lot of the story takes place in like that area. But far to the south of that is this country called Manumia, and that the concept with Manumia is very not flushed out, but it's basically like I kind of wanted some kind of like Africa in the world,
Yeah.
some kind of like African like place, and it's not a fleshed out place, and unfortunately, in real life, I also just like I don't know a lot about Africa, like a lot of Americans, and but I like wanted it in there because I just wanted the world to feel more like full and stuff, and I was like always wondered like what's going on in the South, and that's what I came up
Yeah.
with. But one thing I know
Mm-hmm.
about Africa is a part of the reason in the real world why like Europe became this sort of like seafaring, conquering nations, like harbored all these nations that like went out and conquered the world with boats, and Africa didn't, was because Africa, or at least this, I don't know if this is the like absolute truth, but this is like a theory I think that people have, is that
Mm-hmm.
uh, Europe has a lot of deep water ports, due to the ice age, which like carved the glaciers from the ice age, like carved out these like deep, uh, sort of ravines, I guess, deep valleys along the coastline and stuff. So you have this opportunity to develop a deep water port, which is a really crucial thing for like building big ships and trading. Um,
Yeah.
and it and so with Africa, it's like they don't have that. Like the continent, for the most part, just doesn't have deep water ports. Like
Right.
it's all shallows around the coastline, and so it's really hard to
Right.
like establish a navy, or like a trading
Mm-hmm.
navy, uh, from that situation, and so I didn't actually know this, but somehow I like when I drew the map of the world, I created tons of fjords.
Yeah.
They're like the Puget Sound, and like all those fjords up in Norway. I made
Mm-hmm.
Manumia just full of those, and for whatever reason, I just made this like Manumia. The Manumia people are like they're the sea people. Like they make the best ships and control the sea.
Mm-hmm.
And so but then I also had Port Stopolis, which was supposed to be the same, and I was like, well,
Right.
what's up with that? Like, who is it? Is it Manumia or is it Port Stopolis that's like the best at making
Yeah.
ships? And the answer is that Port Stopolis is a Manumian settlement on the coast of Norador.
Right.
So it's basically a colony, and
Yeah.
but it's like 1,000 years old at the point of Wizard's Quest and stuff. So
Right.
it's 1,000 years old, and so the people of Port Stopolis are basically a mix of like the native Norador people and the Manumians.
And mhm.
So they're sort of like half white, half black, I guess, if you're trying to think of like what they look like.
Right.
And with a constant
I think
influx of both races, right? Because it stayed in connection across the sea with Manumia, trading with them, and it stayed in connection with the shepherds of Norador. And
right.
but since it's been 1,000 years, the Port Stopolis people don't think about themselves in the terms of like they're a Norador shepherd or a Manumian. They think of themselves as people from Port Stopolis, and they're like a
Right.
unified
Right.
race, essentially, like distinct from those other two that kind of created them. And they yeah, so that's like the history. And there's arguments about it though. Like no one knows for sure, like, was Port Stopolis first like a Norador town by the Norador natives, or was it first like set up by like Manumian sailors? You know,
Right.
and there's like a story about each. There's a story where like the shepherds start it, and then there's a story where the sailors start it. And so some people like argue about that, but for the most part it's like Port Stopolis, like someone in Port Stopolis like generally wouldn't really care about that, I think. Like your average person. It's almost more something like Manumia would care about, you know, because like geopolitically they want to establish the idea that like Port Stopolis should be part of their kingdoms.
Right.
And the people of Norador wouldn't want that because they're kind of these like backwater shepherds that don't really want to see like the expansion of civilization in
Right.
on that continent, you know. But Port Stopolis they value a lot, because so Port Stopolis is one of its main claims to fame is fashion, because they had access to all this like fine wool from Norador, and then established like trade across the world with like the silk trade and stuff, and then since that 1,000 years there's been tons of migrations to Port Stopolis, which is part of why it's like it's the biggest city in the world. And you know,
Right.
people from Dursum, a huge amount of them migrated at one point and tried to like make it a Dursum colony or a Nenorian colony. There's people from like just all the rest of the world and stuff, have like settled there and tried to make it and stuff. So it's got this really kind of melting pot, multicultural kind of thing going.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's got a lot in common, I think, with the real life Caribbean in that way, or even like Mesoamerica or Brazil, you know, where it's just like those places had a lot of Africans and Irish people, and I think so subconsciously that's where I'm like picking it up, and I'm just sort of like, those are like interesting characters, interesting like identities that I don't know. I don't do a lot of stuff intentionally, I guess.
Right.
But at least when it comes to like race and stuff, it's just sort of like how I see it, and then I try to come up with a story to like explain. The world
Yeah.
of Mefcat is it's like it's pretty connected, I'd say. So it there's a lot of diversity everywhere, except for just in maybe some of the most remote of places where it's like only elves or something. But
So do the people of Port Stopolis hold a negative view of immigrants?
I don't know. Maybe some of them. I don't think so. Actually, I
Or
think they just
yeah,
see them
useful.
as useful and like so maybe I guess that there is some negativity, maybe just in the sense that they might kind of like see them as second class a little bit,
Right.
uh, and
It sounds like no one's really that preoccupied with race and
not really.
sort
I
of
mean,
like identity politics or whatever.
I think for me it's like it's a fantasy world and it's an escape, and
Yeah,
I think that's
I
something
like that.
I want to escape from, and
Right.
and I think I'm not saying that's how all fantasy escapism should be. I think there's some really good stuff out there that tackles issues of race, and
Right.
it's just not something I'm not equipped for it. I'm not, I don't study race. I don't think about it a lot. Like, I'm not the right person to write that book,
Right.
and I also don't want to. So,
It's a cool lineage story of how it started, though.
yeah, thanks. Yeah, I like it. It's it's nice to have that background. Portstopolis and Kumo. Kumo is maybe even actually more detailed in its backstory, but that's a story for another time. Should I do something?
Man, I'm just looking at this pixel art.
I'm too.
When are you gonna get? When are you gonna get it animated?
Oh hey, someone's in the chat. Hello.
Oh, hey.
Tonight's good. Andy and I we're just talking about our imaginations. I'm gonna animate this picture. I don't know. I'll try to do it. Try to do it this week. Get these clouds moving. How are you
We're
doing?
going on an
Uh,
adventure.
Alan Ramirez. Aileen. Aileen. Yeah, we've just talking about imagination. Part of this channel is us trying to get started on Twitch chat, and one of our goals is to we're from Washington State, in the United States. How about you? So one thing I wanted to do tonight, one thing we wanted to do was set up a chat overlay on the screen. It is a nice place. Have you been? It's nice all over. It's got a bunch of different cool stuff. Like, if you like nature. If you don't like nature, I don't know if Washington's the place for you, but
Washington is definitely one of the best places for nature,
yeah.
which I think is pretty neat, you know?
My dad used to always talk about it, how Washington
Yeah.
has such intense like eco diversity. It's got savanna grasslands, a desert, rainforest, alpine mountains, volcanoes, the Puget Sound.
Sweet ass rivers.
Yeah, we are pretty new to streaming. We've been streaming all year, but just like once a week, if that, and just kind of slowly in trying to improve things. Our goal is to improve one thing on the stream every time we stream. And we've been streaming for
This
like a long time and we haven't even got close to it. Oh, thanks
this
for
is partway
following.
it's a documentary of us stumbling through figuring out streaming
Exactly.
and figuring out even what we're doing, you know?
We
But
got we got a new follower, Andy. This is great. This is such a
Nice.
big deal. Like
Da, da, da,
we're
da.
still at the
That's why I
phase
said
where like one follower is like a huge, we just bumped up like 10%. Some
we
fun
needed a sound
attractive
effect.
content. Yeah, this picture is new. This is
Yeah,
our
we have this. We're really proud of this pixel art, to be honest.
yeah. I'm gonna animate it next week, and then
Yeah.
I also play Kaizo Mario. Uh, yeah, having a good banner overlay animations. That's that's cool. Yeah, you should send me a link to like your stuff. Yeah, I have Discord. Um, we don't have a big budget for the stream right now, so a lot of it's just
No.
being, we're doing our own thing just to give you that heads up. But I'm definitely down to just check it out. Um, yeah, what's my Discord name? I think it's just the same as my stream. Um, just Tangle Taro. I'm new to Discord as well, so all right. Friend request received.
Nice.
Um, yeah, you should. If I don't know if you have like a website or portfolio of work you've done already, you could send. That'd be cool to check out. Because we could use some help for sure. Okay, so let's maybe should we try this? Try and
I
get
prefer to
this.
stumble to greatness rather than like getting help. No, I'm just joking. Anyway,
Rather than like hiring people. I mean, realistically, we can't really do much
yeah, no,
other than stumble to greatness on our own. But
yeah, right.
um, but part of that stumbling, let's see if I can figure out how to add a chat overlay to the screen. This we're on the slowest pace yet, I think, for improving the stream. This one we got pretty distracted talking about
Yeah.
freaking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Dun, 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 dun.
I got stream elements set up. Oh, I reset the timer. The timer is so dumb. We need a new timer. Or I need to at least just set new hotkeys for it. So every time I type it, it like it resets or stops. Check out some suggestions.
So really wants us to check Discord.
Yeah, I'm looking. I'm having a hard time because Discord's got this thing in the way. Okay, there we go. No. Vector art logo featuring your favorite character. That's cool. I guess maybe I should try to show you, Andy.
All right.
How do you make these? You use a vector art program for it? I use Vectorworks. It's also a Vectorwork program for work. Probably very different program than this, but I might. Well, yeah, I might. I'm gonna focus on the stream for the moment. I start to get kind of distracted with all these windows open and stuff. So, but I might. I'm not sure if these styles are really kind of the vibe we're going for here. But they look pretty cool. I'm really curious about how you make them. Okay, we gotta get this. We gotta get this going. Yeah, I was looking at your message on Discord and your style. Okay. Dashboard, streaming tools. Okay, so I'm looking at dashboard. Oh, here we go. Streaming tools. Okay, we got overlays. Create new overlay. 1080p. Oh man, I'm not sure how. Okay, this is the hardest part for me. As soon as I start doing this stuff, I'm just like, I don't want to do this at all. Okay, I'm gonna get some water.
Dude,
we'll be right back.
Yeah, all right.
Andy, you can keep talking. I can actually hear you with the headphones. I don't think it's true.
Dude, so have you heard about Stephen Colbert's Lord of the Rings project?
No. What's he doing? I know he loves Lord of the Rings.
It's like he's doing a movie that is going to include the chapters in the first book that like weren't in the movie. Like I think it's like chapters 3 through 6, 3 through 8. 3 is Company, The Old Forest, and the House of Tom Bombadil, Fog on the Barrow Downs.
He's making a movie of just those chapters.
Yep.
With the implication that he's gonna make more movies of the rest of the chapters of the books.
I think it's just that he wants to see those chapters made into movie form. So
because they're missing from the Peter Jackson one.
Yeah.
Whoa. I mean, that's awesome. That's incredible.
I think it'll be interesting. I mean, those chapters are kind of like not really made.
They're not cinematic.
I mean, right.
Like, this might be controversial, but I really think Peter Jackson made the right choice. I love those chapters and I love reading them, but like, I've realized like I don't like the extended editions of Lord of the Rings nearly as much as I like the
The theatrical.
the
Yeah.
theatrical cut. You know, it's like it's just
Right.
it's a better movie, like made to be a movie. You know, and
Right.
I like agree with so much of the changes, not all of them, but like so much of the changes he
A
made, I
great
think
deal
were
of
just
them.
like better.
Mhm.
And but at the same time, I wish the extended editions were just the books like verbatim from start to finish, because I want to
Right.
see Peter Jackson's like representation of those sections.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I think it would be cool to see.
like a few times, but when I go back and watch the movies throughout my life, mostly I'll just go for the theatrical cut. You know.
Mhm.
So I'm kind of really into Colbert's idea. I'm like really curious to see what that's like.
Kind of yeah.
Like, do you know, is he trying to like make it sort of fit into the Peter Jackson trilogy? Like is he gonna try to get like the same
Um,
actors and stuff, or?
I know that he's developing it with Peter Jackson.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I
That's
would think
dope.
that they would want to have some continuity to it. I think it's really an early development. So, but I mean, I think it could be pretty cool. And then they're also doing the Hunt for Gollum, which I think is like another thing where it's like, can you make a whole movie out of that? There's not much on the Hunt for Gollum in the books, really.
Yeah,
It's pretty briefly discussed.
I'm not looking forward to that so much.
Yeah,
Did you watch like the Amazon fanfic?
I did not like that show at all.
Yeah.
Pretty bad, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, I couldn't get into
But
it. I watched the whole first season, and there were
it
some
doesn't
things I
really.
liked about it, but yeah,
Sure.
it wasn't. I don't know.
I'm like, I mean, I can't really explain why I don't like it. I just did not care for it. But so goes. I liked the animated movie,
Yeah, I never
the War of
finished it.
Rohirrim.
I never
It was
finished
good.
it, but I was into it. I watched like over half of it. But
Yeah, it was pretty solid, and it pretty closely follows the 2.5 pages in the appendices or whatever. So
I didn't realize that. I thought maybe it was all just made up, but
no, that Hammerhead guy or whatever the fuck his name is was mentioned in
I remember
the
the
history of
name. Yeah, because I
the
think they
history
even
of the
mention his
Rohan.
name in the movie at one point. They like
I
when he's
think
like
I
giving a
think they
speech
do.
or something.
Yeah. But the main character was not a woman in the appendix. But I guess who gives a shit, you know?
Yeah, I mean that's interesting, but I think
Yeah.
I liked her in the show for sure. In the movie,
Yeah.
it was a nice. It was, I guess one thing about the movie is I felt like it was a little bit too similar to the like she's just kind of Aowen, and I
Hmm.
don't know. They even had like the Oliphants and stuff, and
Right.
I was like, you should just say like let the Oliphants be part of the Lord of the Rings. Like that was like a special thing, and I don't know. Maybe that was in the
Yeah.
appendices that they fought the same people, but
I don't think that they had old fucking Oliphants, dude. They had horses.
yeah,
They
like
were
I
horse
think
people.
I
They were
think
horse people.
it showed a lack of faith in the core idea. You know, they're like, oh, we need to like
Right.
reference the movie and have some big spectacle thing in here, and I think it would have been better without that. And,
Yeah, that was pretty. I agree. That was pretty silly. You don't need to. Oliphants were like very, very rare, right? Because they were from the other part of the world.
yeah, exactly. Like it seemed it was like a big deal that they were in Middle Earth in the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
You know, it's like they
that's
wouldn't
what
have
it
just
seemed like to.
been
That's what it
there
seemed like to me.
100 years
Yeah.
earlier for this like internal
Right.
squabble with the Rohirrim.
Yeah.
Because isn't it that it's just the it's like It
Yeah,
doesn't
there was
even
a
involve like other nations, does it?
yeah, it was just a dispute amongst
Yeah. Yeah,
like
they
one
shouldn't
guy
have it.
tried to dethrone the other guy, and then the king like basically just straight up murdered this guy, and
Sort
it
of on
started a war.
accident.
Yeah, and it started a war, and that's kind of the whole movie.
Yeah. Yeah. But
So
it was dope. It was still pretty cool
yeah,
for a Lord of the
I
Rings.
mean,
Like,
I don't think people liked it because it wasn't really what people are expecting with a Lord of the Rings movie. There wasn't wizards, and fucking it wasn't much of a fantasy the fantasy aspect of Tolkien. It was more the political uh, stuff, I guess. But
yeah. But that's kind to me that's like that's what you do is you do something different. You don't just try to like
right,
when you're working in the same like in the same world like that.
yeah,
Yeah, I kind of I don't know. I I don't know if this should be the rule or whatever, but like I just have the feeling that there shouldn't really be like official extended media on the Lord of the Rings.
yeah,
Or it's something I'm generally not interested in it. Like
right,
I mean I did like that movie, I guess, uh but I didn't even finish it. And uh
right. So you didn't love it that much.
I didn't love it that much. I mean, I would have finished it, but I was at my friend's house and he was like, I'm too tired. I think you guys got to go home." So, but
Okay.
that was like over a year ago and I never got around to like finishing it myself. Um so I didn't
I
love
mean,
it that much.
I would suggest reading the 2 pages in the appendix, and then
That sounds way more fun to me.
yeah, and that's pretty much all you need to know because the story's kind of cool. I mean, at the end of the day, he just fucking like he's about to die, so he just rampages and kills a bunch of people. It's a cool story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, the Rohirrim are fucking savages to a certain extent.
They're pretty cool
Yeah.
like kingdom.
Have you heard? Everyone is saying that this Star Trek Starfleet Academy is like actually really good.
Oh, really? I wasn't even really following it. I didn't know it was even out yet. Um,
It is.
I'll probably check it out. I've been still watching TNG.
How's that going, man?
It's kind of in a lull. Like
Oh,
I
where are
cruised
you at?
through season 3. Season 3 was just banger after banger, and it just got better and better until it built up to like that Borg finale with
Right.
Locutus and stuff. And then season 4, like the beginning, just kept that pace going, and then it sort of, I feel like it's kind of fallen off the last handful of episodes.
Uh,
Where they're like
it'll
they're,
come back around. It'll come
I
back
know it
around.
will. Yeah, they're better than like season 1 episodes and season 2 episodes, I would say, but they're not as tight as some of the stuff is. So it's just like it's kind of a lull, but still pretty good. Um,
Right.
are you still watching DS9?
Uh, there's been a little bit of a. I've been,
Hiatus.
yeah, a little bit of a hiatus. I'll be coming back to it though
That's all
soon.
right. You got it's hard to. You're still on the first season, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
it is kind of. There's been some, you know, interesting episodes. There's the episode where the religious leader of um like they get stuck on a planet uh and she like dies. What who's okay, so it's the
oh the
Cardassians.
Kai
Yeah.
Wing. No, yeah,
Yes. Yeah. She dies.
yeah.
But her body's still there. That was an interesting episode.
That is an interesting episode.
There was, yeah, I really liked that one. And they were like
And she was such a good
prisoners who,
character.
I know.
I wish we got more of her, but that is a good episode.
I thought she might, because she has to stay on that planet, right? So I thought that she might come back in later episodes, but maybe not.
I forgot actually. What happens to her?
She stays on the planet because she feels the need to.
To like help the
I guess
people.
she, yeah, to help the people. I also think if she left the planet, she would die or cease to exist.
Yeah, I don't remember that episode like at all. I remember that that's sort of like, so she's not dead, but if she leaves the planet, she dies.
Because the thing with that planet is that like you can't die. It's like that's the prison of being on there.
Oh, it's a
It was
prison,
very,
right?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And so she sacrifices herself to like
But
be there.
okay, so the thing is once you die, yes, you die. Like so if for the first time if someone kills you, you're dead, and if you leave the planet, you cease to exist. I
Okay.
think. But like after that, you just keep being reborn and reborn and reborn. Like I
As
guess is kind of
yourself?
a as yourself. I guess is you're living, but you're kind of not living at the same time. And I guess it's to punish people. They're in some kind of prison. The whole
Yeah.
planet is like a prison. So you
I've
figured
managed
anything out?
to
Anything out?
what?
Figured anything out?
I've actually managed to make a lot of progress while having this conversation, which is
Wow.
something that's usually really hard for me. But I might be
Nice.
hitting another wall here.
Well, fuck.
I'll have to check out Star Trek. I did watch a trailer for that, the Academy show, and
Mhm.
it reminded me too much of other new Star Trek stuff, so I was just like, I don't think I want to go down that road,
I'm pretty skeptical of it, but
but if people are digging it,
yeah,
I wonder if they're like the same people that liked Discovery.
could be.
Because if it's just that, then it's like, yeah, I won't. But if they
Right.
liked Lower Decks, did you ever watch Lower Decks?
No, you've recommended Lower Decks several times, though.
Okay, yeah, well, I recommended it once again. It's
I
good.
kind of want to watch Deep Space Nine first because apparently there's a lot of Deep Space Nine references.
There are some, and there's even a Deep Space Nine episode. Yeah, you should finish Deep Space Nine first.
Yeah,
And then if you wanted to, you could finish Voyager first because it takes place after Voyager. But
right.
and there are a lot of Voyager references that are pretty funny. But I don't know if it's worth watching all of Voyager just for that.
Um, Watching an entire Star Trek, like all the seasons, is an incredible time commitment.
I guess so. It's a
If you think
lot.
about it,
It's like
26 episodes
7
times
seasons.
times seven, it's like 150 or something.
They're like 40 to 50-minute long episodes.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's not just watch an episode a day for 6 months.
Yeah, if
Ish.
it's your frequency can really speed it up. I know
If
like
you, yeah, I guess
with
watch two a day.
yeah, with Deep Space 9 especially as it gets into the later seasons, it's like harder. I tend to watch like 2 or 3 episodes at once and stuff like,
Right.
which is part of
Right.
why I've been able to like watch that show like multiple times, I think.
Yeah.
Whereas TNG, it's more like I'll watch like one a day for like 3 days, and then I'll be like, I need a break from that. And they're less, it's less serialized.
Yeah.
Okay, open OBS Studios. Go to the scene where you want the chat to appear. Gaming or art scene. Oh yeah, I can make like different scenes. I should do that at some point. I've just got everything in one scene, which is probably fine for now. Okay, I'm adding a browser source. Okay. Wait, what do you mean join Twitch? I'm streaming on Twitch. Testing. Wow, I've got badges. I guess because I am my own self. All right, we did it. We got Twitch chat. We got Twitch chat on the screen.
We got Twitch. Pow 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 pow. Sound effects.
Right, we need the sound effects. That should be your job since all you are sound. Get some sound effect. Get a soundboard.
I'll get a sound. You don't want me with the soundboard.
Although yeah, you gotta less is more. But these that would have you had it right. You had it right. This was the moment to do it where it's like, look, I got it.
Yeah. Less is more doesn't make sense. More is more.
Less is more. I'm just chatting to myself now. I want to see it. Like what it actually looks like on Twitch.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Okay. Oh, my own speaker on. Let's see. I want to change the opacity. I want to just change the opacity of the background, not the text. I don't see an option for that. Huh, this is being weird. Oh, okay. Alright, I'm going to shrink it to about there. I guess, yeah, you can't see any of this yet. Position. That's not right. Oh, unless... There it is. Let's see, 656. So... Gonna do more testing. Do more testing. Okay, that's there. Oh, I think that's what I want. I think that's what I want.
Hey.
Hey, man. I think I did it.
Nice.
Well, I kind of do. I kind of think I got it. Yet another test. Oh, okay, it's there. It's just really hard to see now. Adding a longer message where I talk about chat stuff in chat so that I can see what multiple lines look like at a time. Okay. 18. If you want, you can look at Twitch just to see what I'm doing right now. But it's not exactly that exciting.
I'll go to Twitch.
Now it's not showing up at all. Oh, there we go.
Got chat on the screen.
So you can see the chat above my face there.
Yep.
But it's too dark. Or it's too light, right?
Right.
We need to darken it. And we need to make it bigger.
I think it's, it needs to be bigger.
Let's try 24. So now it erases it every time I update it. Okay, that's probably the right size, right?
Yeah.
But why is it so gray? Oh, here we go. Let's try this. It's still kind of like light, huh? Maybe I should change the font. Do you ever get into fonts?
Why is it? Dude, I like fonts, man. I fuck around with fonts.
Hell yeah. I
like Comic Sans.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, dude.
All right, remind me once we finish this for the reward, I'm going to go to the restroom. I'm going to get my treat. Yeah. And then I'm going to remind me to show you something about fonts, but not yet. We got to finish this part.
I'm all right.
We just need a font that's like easy to see, right?
Right. Why is it so? Does it have to be that gray?
I said it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's as dark as it gets.
Mm-hmm.
Let me try this. Yeah. The opacity is at 100. As far as I can tell, we're stuck with that gray. I don't know.
Damn.
Oh, wait. Oh. Okay. No. I figured it out. There's another color section. See if this works. Okay, it's better. It's not great. What do you think about this font? Were you want Comic Sans?
No, we don't have to do Comic Sans.
I wonder what kind of fonts my favorite Twitch streamers use. I don't know. I like this font. I don't know if I like it for this.
Yeah.
Maybe let's try this one, Alpha Slab. This looks pretty clear.
Alpha slab.
No, it's still so like just kind of weak, right? Like
It is.
this is not what it looks like on Stream Elements. Alpha Slab. It's like what it sounds like. I could try. No, not custom. I could try bold. Is it big enough? Should I make it bigger?
It could be big. It could be bigger. Try a font. Try a size that you think is like way too big, and see how it looks.
Okay.
Just as a comparison.
Okay, so that's too big, I think. It's like getting cut off. Let's try 32.
But you can, at least you can read it easily.
Keep on keeping on trucking. Dang, I think I messed something up. There we go. Alright. Let's try this. That works. Although it's weird, it's not updating the font. Because that's the old font I was using earlier.
Oh, yeah.
But I've switched it to a different one. The dawning of the rest of our lives. On holiday. That's a Green Day quote? Is it from a song?
It's a Green Day song. I'm just writing random things.
You got any font recommendations just off the cuff?
No, but it sounds like you want to talk about the subject.
I do, but I also don't have anything to say about it. I just want to learn more about fonts. I don't really know like font, but I know it's like a thing. Like people get into it, you know.
I'm not into it like that.
And they hate Comic Sans and they hate Papyrus. I know that.
There must be a good reason for that. Yeah. I mean, look, it's like Times New Roman gets drilled into you from the time you start learning to use Word. So
Times New Roman and Arial are just like the dominant. How about Arbutus? Right. Oh no, I don't like Arbutus. Arbutus slab.
I wish I could see the fonts.
Yeah, I guess you could. Let me get you in on this.
All right. Through Discord?
No.
Okay.
Because you're looking at the stream already, right?
Yeah.
For now, we'll do this. So here's what I'm dealing with, Stream Elements. I guess some of it's blocked by the thing we're making.
Right.
But
okay, yeah,
you can see the font pull down menu.
Yeah.
It's probably kind of tiny for you, huh? On your phone.
Yeah, but I can scroll.
I mean, I'm being drawn to all the like big, bold looking ones.
Yeah.
Is bangers? Do you see this? Is it too gimmicky? Oh no, yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, let's keep going.
I have whatever disease the font people believe in, that like
What about? Yeah.
I just, as a child, I was like Papyrus and Comic Sans were my favorites.
Dude, look at Berkshire. I want you to give Berkshire Swan a chance.
Berkshire Swash. This is
Yeah.
the dawning of the rest of our lives. Let's
I
see
don't
if
hate
it
that.
works, because see if it
Okay.
updates. We have to add new messages. I can't think of anything funny. Wait, why can't I? Type in chat. It's not letting me for some reason. There we go. How does this look? It's still in the old font.
Oh, like when you try to type. Yeah. Why is it still in the old font?
I'd say the size is good though, huh?
Yeah, the size is good.
Although with that big of a font, maybe I need to make it taller. So let's just start adding multiple messages to see kind of how it scrolls up. Like,
Okay.
I'm talking now. You're talking now. Okay. I mean, I think that's enough, right? Or should I make it taller?
Nah, that's good.
I think that's good for
I'm not.
now. Maybe if we
That's
end
good
up
for
with
now.
like more chatters, I can change it.
Right.
I think I'm done. I don't care that we can't.
Cool.
Maybe it'll be Berkshire Swash next week when we get in, uh, but I gotta pee. I gotta eat a treat. We were gonna try to have an early night too, so
Yeah. So we gotta get some Kaizo Mario in.
we gotta get a little bit in at least, because we're on the castle, dude.
Yeah, we're on the castle, man.
Finally, everything is fine, and I'm over that shit.
Yeah, you did it, man.
I
You
did
it.
everything is fine, and now that's done. So this,
Remember how long did we put in? Did we put in how many hours into that one level?
well, like, I don't know, like 20
Something.
million. I don't know. Like I feel like it's multiple days of
It was in the,
like 3 hour multiple like 3 hour sessions, right? 3 to 4 hours, I think, was sort of the average.
it was in the millions.
Let's see. I'm gonna bring back this. So I already found a problem with our chat, is that it's black, and when the screen goes dark, it's invisible. But we'll figure that out someday. Now that we have this bright background, it's not a problem, actually. Question is, okay, I can close the stream element window now, or will it stop working? I can safely close the window. Okay, cool. It just works. Okay, I gotta pee so bad. I'll be right back. Entertain the masses while I'm gone.
Okay, I can do that. Yeah, I don't know. He's got to go to the bathroom. I just did eat some salt and vinegar chips, which I personally think are one of the best chips that exist. I think that them, and I think probably the most underrated snack that exists is Fritos, because there's 3 ingredients in Fritos. It's corn, oil, and salt. It's so simple, but so delicious. And, you know, put them on your baked potato. You can put them pretty much in anything, actually, on top of anything. So I think they're hugely underrated. I eat them by themselves. There's also a chili cheese flavor that's delicious. So I think there needs to be more snack talk on this channel. And that's what I'm going to be advocating for in the future. So I need to get something here to fill up the time when there's a break. Maybe I'll make some short stories and read them in between. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, it always takes us a couple hours to figure out the thing that we're going to figure out. And then we have to get to playing Kaizo Mario, which is agonizing, but worth it. Because it feels like an accomplishment, especially for me. He's back.
All right,
Hello.
I'm back. Oh shoot, there's one thing I wanted to change about the text. I want it to disappear after some time.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like Stream Elements so far though. It's easy to it's easy.
Nice.
I mean, it's not perfect, I guess, but it's easy. Okay. I'm gonna test it out one more time. Yeah, it's still got that font is stuck. But that's fine. I'm okay with it. Because now it is time.
It's time.
It is time for you to see this. Did I already show you this? The Times New Roman thing?
No.
Well, I've watched it a million times, so even if I have, maybe you'll like it twice. But I got my treat.
What's your treat tonight?
Licorice.
Hell yeah.
Made from real pandas.
Ooh. Wow. Completely unnecessary, but
Yeah. It actually really detracts from the licorice making process, but
Yeah, but I'm here for it, Is it just that there's a panda on the wrapper?
Yeah, it's the Panda Licorice Company.
Yeah.
There actually is no picture of a panda on it anymore.
Oh.
Just kind of disappointing.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to call yourself Panda Licorice Company.
Yeah, they used to have a cute little panda on. Back when it came in a box, too. Their branding, really, I'm not into it. But they still make good licorice.
You're a big fan of Panda Licorice?
Oh, yeah. You know the one I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't. I don't really care for licorice, if I'm being honest.
Oh, okay. I guess, yeah,
But
that makes sense. You wouldn't know about the Panda Licorice then.
Yeah. I mean, unless it's substantially different than a Twizzler, because that's pretty much all the licorice I've had.
Yeah, it's way different. It's like, it's got a way better texture than a Twizzler. It's like, they do make like the cherry kind or whatever, like red licorice is flavored by, but they're known for their black licorice.
Oh, okay.
And it used to just come in this little cardboard box. I mean, it like stood out. Like even non-licorice lovers, like I think, remember the box. Like it was like a different kind of candy.
Yeah. I'm jujuling it right now.
Yeah, you should look up like the box from the 90s or whatever.
Oh yeah, okay. And a tune on the leaf.
Yeah, I want to look at it too. Panda licorice. Oh yeah.
Is this something your mother liked?
No, I don't think my mom likes licorice at all.
Oh.
I can see what you mean though. It's like the kind of thing. I think you had to like go to Huckleberry's or something to get it. At least at a certain point. It used to be in like all the grocery stores, and then it disappeared. Yeah, that's nostalgic.
Where'd you find it?
Co-op.
Nice. Ooh.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I want to share? I want to share this. So you should be able to hear it and see it fine on Discord, which will have you be more in time with me. And then I'm hoping the audio is coming through on Twitch. Although I don't know if anyone's. I think our friend left a while ago when they realized I wasn't gonna buy their stuff. their services.
Yeah, I mean they were pretty insistent, But,
yeah, they were on a mission. They're on a mission. Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
The long-awaited meeting between Times New Roman and Comic Sans.
I see you haven't brought any Ceres with you. Perhaps that's where the sans in your name comes from. Sans from the French without.
See, you have brought your entire Centurion forces behind you.
New Centurions for a new century, my friend. I'm gonna straight up kill you.
I understand that your forces are to be taken seriously, but I am a man of the people, and I wish that you would see that in your heart.
What mercy do you think you will find in my heart? The fields behind me are littered with the bodies of fonts braver and more cunning than you. Baskerville lies dead in dust. Apple Chancery is nothing but a distant memory. I struck down Helvetica. Do you think your posted, handwritten invitation on an old school blog, come to my birthday party this weekend, I want to insinuate that it's going to be fun? By the time I'm done with you, you're gonna look like webdings, my friend.
Don't you mean wingdings?
What?
Yes.
Is it wingdings or is it webdings? Isn't
God, I hope
I
it's
think
wingdings.
it's both. I'm not sure if they're the same
Oh
thing.
my
But I
God,
consider
dude.
part of my job here to just supply Brennan with ideas for future seasons of Dimension 20. A peace sign, email sign, and @ symbols amount of points for you.
Oh my god.
So that was that.
That's amazing. Comic Sans versus Times New Roman.
Yeah. That's everything I know about fonts, pretty much, right there.
Oh, that concludes our discussion on fonts.
You know what? It does.
What did we learn today? That there are two fonts, Times New Roman and Comic Sans.
Yeah, I guess that
Nothing else.
sans comes from the French word meaning without, because
Yeah.
it doesn't have serifs.
Yeah.
Serifs.
Sans serifs.
I guess I know some things about fonts. Serifs are the little I don't know, the little bits that, like, if you look at Times New Roman,
Like the little vertical lines on a C at the ends.
exactly.
Yeah. I never thought about it, but that makes sense. Because, yeah, Comic Sans
Does not
doesn't
have
really
those.
have those. Or like they're the stem on the M, right? Isn't it just two half circles?
Let's look. Comic Sans.
Oh no, it's got
It does
the
have the
stem.
stem, but it doesn't
Yeah.
have so the stem is not serifs. That's part of the letter.
Right.
Proper M's and N's have a stem, but it's a similar kind of thing. Like if you look at the Times, it's like these little bits on the T hanging down
Yeah.
from the top and coming out at the bottom of the sides. Those are the serifs.
Right.
And there's a lot of fonts are kind of like they either have them or they don't,
Yeah.
or they're webdings or wingdings or whatever. Comic Sans.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's nothing inherently wrong with Comic Sans. I just think it's overused. People use it for the wrong things,
I think you got the right idea. I think
Yeah.
that's why font enthusiasts are so pissed off about it,
Right.
Yeah, like all these just in this image
like
search, it's like, in bad taste or not, I'll keep my Comic Sans. Or why do you hate me? Written in Comic Sans. Trust me, I'm a graphic designer. Much wow. Such cool.
Dude, it's like someone has writes an obituary in Comic Sans.
Oh god, yeah. It's I guess, it's subjective, right? But
Sure, yeah.
I'm really into sort of pretending art is objective for the sake of discussion, I guess. That's not really how I think about it, though. I don't know what I'm saying.
Is there bad art or not?
Well, I like discussing, art, concepts and...
Right.
Yeah, there is bad art. It's just, it's subjective. So...
Sure.
but I like trying to kind of come up with sort of, you know, I don't know how, I guess I'm not ready to talk about this. But I like I watch a lot of like analytical YouTube videos about movies and TV shows and books and stuff, and I enjoy the review process and like the criticisms as well as the like the good things. But
There's critical analysis, and then there's like what a lot of critics do in magazines, which is just like just shits on things.
right.
No real analysis.
I'm into the analysis way
Right.
of shitting on things. You know, because I can go off on some
Right.
stuff for sure, and
Right.
I just love it. It's so fun to just like, and it's part of, even it's almost part of why I want to learn more about fonts, so I can go off about Comic Sans like the other font people do. But I don't hate Comic Sans.
Yeah, but you would if you got into font.
I would if I was
Because
more
you'd
in
realize
fonts.
that there's you'd like become immersed in the world of fonts, and you'd be like,
I'd be like,
why does this wedding invitation and Comic Sans? It's like there's so many fonts to choose from.
right. And you should always choose Times New Roman.
You're just a Times New Roman fucking absolutist, dude.
Everybody is, right? It seems like,
I mean, the entire professional and like academic world, yes,
yeah.
is an absolutist about Times New Roman. But I feel like in the artistic world, actually, no, most books are Times New Roman.
Yeah, Arial's pretty big too. I think it's
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Arial's like the standard in like architectural documents and stuff, so I think I use Arial at work.
Times New Roman is not good though for like eye-catching billboards. Yeah. Or shit like that, I feel like.
It doesn't stand out, right? Since it's like it's the
you're gonna want a
standard.
Berkshire, whatever the fuck that was.
Was it Berkshire like swash?
Yeah, Berkshire Swash.
Swash. It's hard to say, kind of. Berkshire Swash is like a fancy Comic Sans in a way.
It is. It is.
You know, it's a little bit on the bold side, and it's very like rounded, soft. But it's got serifs.
Yeah. Look
Subtle.
at the curvature. Look at the curvature of those H's. You know?
They're kind of nice. They kind of give me like a medieval kind of feeling, the H's.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about fonts. It's like I don't know how to like one font more than another or something. Like I need someone to tell me what to like, I guess. I guess because I wanted everything to be Papyrus and Comic Sans as a kid, so I'm fundamentally flawed. Maybe I just need to lean into it. I like how Papyrus makes it look like it's an old like Egyptian manuscript or something.
You don't have to be into fonts, you know.
I know, but that's the thing. I like this kind of. I like taking art, whether it's fonts or paintings or a book or a movie or a video game, and like sort of figuring out what are the rules, you know. Like this is what's formal, you know. What is good form in this art form, right? And and then you know, you bend the rules, you take the risks of like breaking the rules, and those times, you know, a lot of those don't go well, but when the rules get broken, and you know the rules, but it's like still good. That's such an amazing experience, I think. And it's like
right.
subverting the expectations in a good way. It's a hard thing to do, but like, yeah. I think that's the best way I can put it right now without like thinking about it more or writing an essay on it.
Right.
I got to start writing some essays. I keep talking about it.
Dude,
Okay.
it's like... Okay, what?
No, what? Go ahead.
I was going to say it's kind of like when... It's like... I did a whiskey tasting, and they were like, did you note the notes of whatever? And I was like... It all just tasted like alcohol to me.
Yeah. But did you have any desire to like develop a taste so you could talk about it with them, or were you just like...
That would have been cool, but I would have had to spend more time with it.
Yeah. Well, you already took the first step by going to the tasting, so you have at least that experience now of like, okay, they taste like whiskey.
Right. It is interesting, like, and how specific it needs to be like a bourbon whiskey.
Did you at least notice a difference between some of them? Or do they really all just taste the same to you?
Maybe a little bit, but if you were to like blindfold me, I don't think I would be able to
really like...
really
Yeah.
notice the difference. I mean,
Interesting.
but a lot of it is very, very subtle, like differences. Like, because if it's a bourbon whiskey, all the ratios of the ingredients are kind of the same. I guess, but like some are like oak barreled, and some have like are aged for longer, and so I don't know.
Right. I guess I've never done a whiskey tasting, but for some reason I feel pretty confident that I would at least be able to be like, this one tastes different. I might not have the words for it, but I don't know. Maybe it's you, or maybe it's maybe the tasting you went to, they just weren't that different. Like, and you needed a really subtle palate to tell. Because I've done mezcal tasting, and those were like very different.
Yeah.
But I don't know, maybe whiskey is different.
Or maybe I just don't have the palate,
Yeah, like you just didn't have the sensitivity to it.
That. Yeah.
Because that's really what it is. It's like it's your senses, right? It's like you're
Right.
being like more sensitive to this thing, and the details that are like being conveyed to your tongue via the chemicals. Should I play some Kaizo?
Yeah.
Doop 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 doop. Oh, I just have the window shared. I shouldn't do that. Or wait, that's... Oh, okay. Okay. Good old, it's been a while. Because I went to Japan, and then we didn't do this last week. I showed my nephews. I brought my laptop to my nephew's house last week and showed them Kaizo. But they had to go to bed, so I didn't actually have enough time to beat a level for them.
Damn. Did they like it?
Yeah, they were really interested. I mean, they thought it was insane how hard it was. I think it kind of threw them off because they have Mario Maker, but their parents they don't have online access, so all they can do on Mario Maker is like make their own levels and play the pre-made ones, which are pretty good in Mario Maker 2. But and then they're kids, you know. It's already hard for them, so to see that, they're like, this is so crazy.
For sure.
But they love Mario, and I'm like, you guys gotta learn about Kaizo.
Yeah. All right, I'm excited.
All right, is it already shared with you on Discord?
No.
Oh. What? Hello?
Hey.
Hey. Sorry, my Discord crashed.
Oh, it's all good.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Is it coming through?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I can hear it.
All right. Oh, I love this game.
Yeah.
Sarfing Castle. Sarfing. Oh, it's frozen on the stream, I think. Oh no, it's working. Right? Oh, and I can start the timer. Got the timer going.
And we're off.
And we're off. Have I even played this level at all yet? Yeah, I think I ran through it a couple times. They thought it was really funny how on most of the levels you just die right away if you don't move.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do there? I mean, I got a spin jump on it to get up there.
It's so... It comes at you so fast.
Yeah. I think I have to go to the left, right? I can't go through... Yeah, I can't go through that. There we go.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, I remember. Ooh. Okay. This is Kaizo.
Yep.
Back at it again.
This level doesn't seem so bad, though. Yet.
No, I like it. Oh.
You have to break that yellow shell.
Yeah, the yellow block.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to do a really short jump there to make that in time.
Oh man, you gotta go so fast.
It's Quickie World. I mean, this is technically the final level. But I
Yeah.
guess there's a special world after this. Oh!
Nice.
Whoa, okay. What's going on with that
To
shell?
get onto that red shell.
I think I have to pick it up.
Ah.
I don't know why it's like looks like ghostly, you know. I think that's probably indicating that I pick it up. Because you probably can't land on it while it's all ghostly like that.
It's nice music.
I like this song a lot. This is from the original game. Oh, back to it, man. It feels good. Feels good to Kaizo again.
Yeah.
Dang it. Feels great. I just... Have you opened up your toys?
No, man, I'm keeping them in the box.
You're keeping them in mint condition?
Yeah. I just
Right on.
feel like I like the way they look in the box right now.
Yeah.
That might change though.
I'm all about... I can't...
You can't keep them in.
I can't. I think if I was a collector, I would have to buy one to take out of the box and one to leave in the box. Of the same toy, you know?
Mm-hmm. That'd be an expensive collection. To buy 2 of everything. It'd be worth it.
It'd be dope.
I don't know. If I amass more toys, then I can, you know, start really playing with the toys. And
Yeah, if you have enough.
having them fight wars against each other and stuff.
Exactly. I mean, they're statues, right? They're like decorative.
Yeah.
Amiibo and then Link.
Right.
I got myself like an anime figurine
Mhm.
that's kind of, you know, along the lines of like what's going on with Link. Where it's just sort of a statue. But I like got it. It's of this character from Hunter x Hunter. Do you know Hunter x Hunter?
I don't.
It's a really good anime. It's probably my favorite anime,
nice.
actually. It's crazy. It's so crazy. But it's this character from it named Leorio who's like... I don't know. He's really kind of this sleazy dude. Like, he's like a businessman, wears a suit, and he's just kind of sleazy. Like, he's in it for the money. And...
Yeah.
But you find out later... I'll try not to spoil too much about it, but you find out later that he's doing it for a really good reason, actually. I don't know. I just really liked him as a character. And so I got the figurine. Because I got a bunch of figurines from Hunter x Hunter, but I gave them away to other friends.
Yeah.
And, but I kept Leorio. I was like, I like this figurine a lot. He, like, looks really cool. He's, like, doing the anime thing where you push up your glasses. Then I brought him home and I got him out and set him up, and I realized I don't have any other things like that in my house.
Yeah.
And it's weird. It's weird to just have him and no one else, you know? Like I like him a lot, but I'm not like that big a fan of him. I think I just really wanted to buy a toy while I was in Japan.
Yeah.
And so I'm conflicted about. Do you know what you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I'm like conflicted about having him in my house as a decorative element, where it's like Oh yeah, I'm all about this fucking sleazeball from Hunter x Hunter.
This is who I'm aspiring to be. No.
It's not, you know, he's
Yeah.
different than me, but he's a character I do really like, but like there's so many other characters that are so much more important to me that I don't have any like symbols of in my house.
Right.
But I don't know if I want to like get into that, like having a bunch of figurines in the house. I actually have very little images of people
Yeah.
in my decoration style. For some reason, I don't really like it.
Do you mean like pictures of a family? Or anything?
Anything depicting a human being. I don't even have really animals either. Like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't do pictures of family, and I don't have like, yeah, I don't have pictures of anyone.
Hmm.
I have one statue of Cersei, and that's special.
Yeah.
That's kind of like, you know, that's kind of a spiritual thing. And then, and then now I have a bunch of tiny little gotcha toys that I got in Japan of like birds and Leorio.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, huh, you know, I don't know what to do with Leorio, because it's a cool thing. I want to keep it. It's part of my memory of the trip, you know.
Hmm.
Oh. Okay, I've learned a new way to fuck this up every time.
Yeah, man. There's always new ways to fuck it up.
Here we go. Ah, dang it. Okay, so you can jump on it. But I don't want to jump on it. Why? I still don't
know.
understand how
Why
to
that
kick a block.
happens.
Like, sometimes he kicks, sometimes he just sets it down. As far as I know, I'm doing the same thing, but I must not be.
Controls can be pretty subtle.
They can. Oh yeah, I need to change the stream info, because we're not just chatting anymore. We're playing Super Mario World. Okay. That's a good habit to get into, so people know what you're doing. I wonder if I should go into Learn to Kaizo and just find like a block kicking level to mess around with. Or even just Super Mario World, the base game.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Now it's like happening every time. The subtlety of this game engine is incredible.
It's great.
Did you have this one growing up? Super Mario World?
No. I didn't have a Super Nintendo.
God, neither did I, dude.
Yeah.
It was the worst.
I remember going over to someone's house, or several people's houses, and always being jealous when they had one, and being like, I want to play that.
Right?
So it's not something that I really experienced growing up, unfortunately. My first experience with Mario was kind of like a mix of the original and Super Mario World. Or I mean, Super Mario 64.
Oh, okay. I mean, that Super Mario 64 is still a great game. As is the original. The original one's amazing.
Mm.
Well, it seems like texting my friends is the way to go.
Yeah.
Because no one showed up except for that
Yeah.
one person trying to sell us on something. Although they followed us, which was
It
cool.
do be
of them.
like that sometime. Yeah.
I mean, they might hang out. I don't know. Maybe they're still here. I don't mind if they wanted to try to get us into something.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I was thinking I could like do a post on Instagram and Facebook. You know? Like going live tonight at 8:30 or whatever. And I don't know. Part of me doesn't want to for some reason.
We'll build the following organically. And through text message.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. It's like, I guess I'm like embarrassed maybe. I don't want to, like... It's that millennial thing, right? Like, I don't want the millennials to know I play video games. But the truth is that I don't care. They all know I play video games because I talk about it openly.
Right.
But I guess there's a bunch of people
it.
on those websites that I don't talk to.
Mm.
And so then they'd all see that I'm like going all in on the gamer lifestyle.
And you think they'd be like, oh, look at Peter, he plays video games.
They'd judge me.
Man. I just don't. Do people still care about? I mean, video games are great. The thing is, like, yeah, maybe there was shame about video games, but wasn't like most everyone playing video games who were millennials, or was
Well,
that just
the
the
dudes
people I was
were.
hanging? Yeah,
But like none of the ladies
right.
from our age group, and a lot of the dudes I think hid the fact that they played video games because of that, right? Like, because the ladies, it's not just that they didn't play it. There was a lot of judgment. You know, there's a lot. It was like really frowned upon.
I feel like that was when video games really exploded, or maybe that's just because that's when I grew up. But
Well, yeah, I mean,
N64,
there was
PlayStation,
huge. I think we grew up at one of
Xbox.
the best times for like improvement, right? Like if you think about a new game, and compare it to a game from like 10 years ago, and it's not that revolutionary, right? Whereas in our day and age, there was like a new console every couple of years, and it was like a vast improvement on the one from before, and like, you know, we experienced the jump into 3 dimensions, and there's so many like major milestones and seminal titles, right? Like Mario 64, like every platformer, every 3D platformer, every 3D game is like I don't really know the depths of this, but there's this idea that like every like every 3D game roots back to Mario 64, you know, and so many games were inspired by like Ocarina of Time and Zelda series, and and that's just the Nintendo ones, you know. There's so many other things. Like we had the first Halo game, like just so many things. Like I think you're right. I think we were in like a unique explosion of video game culture. But it was a time when it was just strictly marketed towards boys, right? It wasn't like
That is interesting. Yeah.
It wasn't marketed towards women at all, towards girls. Which isn't the case as much now and for like Gen Z. But
Right.
so it's like I don't blame girls our age for like not being into it. But I also live in Bellingham, where I think maybe the judgment's even worse because there's a lot of like, and it's not just women, it's men too. It's like, but it's just a lot of sort of like natchy hippie people, right? That are sort of like all sort of Luddites a little bit, you know, where it's like, they're like, oh, why don't you just go on a hike? And I'm like, I do go on hikes all the time. I love both things a lot, you know?
Right. Yeah, those two things aren't mutually exclusive.
They actually, in my opinion, make each other better. Like,
yeah.
Like there's this game, I remember I'd go on a hike and then I'd come home and play this game called A Short Hike, where you hike in the game. And I was just like, I love this. I loved every part of this day, you know? Both the hike and the hiking simulation. And I mean, I get why people have negative feelings, because video games are really addictive, and it's hard to see people you care about get addicted to something. Because it's sad to see them in a state like that, and it's also hard to lose someone's attention, you know, if you're like used to doing something and then they get all absorbed into some game that you're not into. That probably sucks. So I mean, I get it, but I should probably just post it and just wear my heart on my sleeve.
I think you should.
Because there's probably some cool people from our past that might pop in, you know? Although if I do it on Facebook, my mom might click on it, which I don't really want. I guess that's fine. I don't know. I don't know. That's fine. Mom can watch. I don't think she would, actually.
I don't think she would. Well, if she did, I don't think she'd chat.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think she could figure it out, to be honest.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh man. Okay, I'm thinking
I gotta
about.
dip out soon.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I'm thinking I want to stop at 11:30.
Yeah. So I believe you can get that thing at least one time.
Get the red shell.
Yeah.
Short hop. A short hop and a quick stop. Ah. Okay. I think maybe I figured it out. I think if you drop it while you're in the air, he won't kick it. You just have to be on the
Okay.
ground.
Yeah.
Which would make sense, because it's like I'm pushing the same buttons. It's just if I was just hadn't hit the
In the
ground
air.
yet. Yeah.
But then you're thinking about not being in the air.
Well, I gotta think about that, because
That's
otherwise
true.
I might. Dang it.
Ooh.
Man. Ah, it was in the air. I think I figured it out. God, it's so fast. Yeah, I think I'm gonna post it on social media. Once I get the drawing finished, that's gonna be a dope post, right? Put that up
Yeah.
and with a link.
Yeah, for sure.
We're starting to create a design language. Oh, you're right. I got the shell.
Nice.
You believed. You had faith, and I delivered.
I had faith.
I didn't really accomplish much with the shell, but I learned. Alright, I got it twice.
Ooh.
So I just gotta land on the saw. like, yeah.
Just.
Not actually that complicated of a concept. Ooh, what? Okay. Wait, that one launched while I was in the air. Went the wrong way. Way too slow. Okay, last try. Ah. Sourfing
Another
Castle.
Another successful, if ill-attended, Twitch stream.
Hey, I'm feeling pretty good about it. We got the Twitch chat overlay set up and stream elements.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more stuff we can do with stream elements.
Yeah, man. I think we accomplished a lot.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being here. So,
Yeah, man.
next Wednesday, maybe Sunday, if you're feeling it.
Maybe Sunday. Maybe Sunday.
Yeah, just hit me up if you're feeling it on Sunday. I'll probably be down.
All right, man. Sounds good.
I'll probably not text you. I'm not gonna initiate on Sunday, but I'll initiate on Wednesday.
All right. Sounds good.
Unless I'm like really feeling it, then I'll send you a text. But I might do Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
I do want to make that YouTube video at some point.
Yeah. It's a good idea. All right.
All right, man. Have a good night.
All right. You too. Bye.
Bye.